We have a tremendous opportunity here to not only develop cutting-edge technologies for the space program, but also develop technologies that can impact healthcare on Earth. Essentially, we're making medical care advances that will reduce the cost of healthcare here on Earth and improve the access to healthcare. The space environment is such that you don't have the infrastructure of a hospital, and in order to administer healthcare in that environment, you need to be able to provide solutions that anybody can use. What we're doing is providing opportunities to give healthcare solutions in situations outside the hospital, and if you can do that in the home, for example, the rural clinic or the primary care physician office rather than a specialized hospital setting, you are in fact increasing access and reducing cost of healthcare. So we really need to partner with companies who have some innovative approaches that can hit, for example, osteoporosis. That's a concern for space. Muscle loss, that's a concern for space. Atherosclerosis and the effects of radiation. Make sure that those products also get out for the benefit of those patients on Earth receiving radiation therapy, for example, for cancers and tumors, etc.
We open that process up to a much broader range of entrepreneurs and innovators than I think NASA or any other federal agency would have ever seen. NASA has the opportunity through the SMARTCAP program to see technologies that would never respond to an RFP for a life sciences procurement. The kinds of really interesting transformative changes that so often occur come from the most unlikely places. So I think it's a remarkable achievement to have a program to attract those ideas that we otherwise never would have seen. To the extent that we're harnessing creative energy in innovators and entrepreneurs out there across the country, that turns out to be, I think, a much surer bet to get a return on the tax dollar than maybe a room full of experts trying to figure out what the technologies or the solutions will be. So we're really crowdsourcing problem solving, and that is probably the most tax efficient thing we can do.
Some of these folks that we bring for the Industry Forum Council, they're dealing with multi-million-dollar programs. We have a very small budget. What we've created here is something very special. I think the promise of spaceflight and doing better for healthcare on Earth, and the fact that we are a nonprofit entity really working very hard to stretch our very limited federal dollars and really make partnerships and relationships that help everybody. I think that is a unique mix. The group is kind of an eclectic one. There are some of those who work in government, there are some of those who work in private sector, there are some of those who are working with nonprofits, but they all share a passion for innovative technologies, a love for healthcare and science and medicine, and the inspiration of space and what that can bring to the mix. We see that we're being able to attract and engage young companies that have never thought about doing work for space. And what's interesting about that is by developing a product for space, they're actually finding new indications for themselves on Earth.